The moment before disaster. It was one of those evenings in the city when everything seemed oddly still, like the air itself was holding its breath. Adam Reynolds sat in his small Brooklyn apartment, the low hum of traffic from the street below his only company. He'd just finished a long day at the mechanic shop, and the smell of grease and gasoline still clung to his hands. He slouched on the couch, staring at his phone. A message from his sister Claire popped up on the screen. "Dinner tonight," it read. Adam felt too tired to meet her, but something in him pushed him to reply. He didn't know what, but it was a feeling, a pull that told him to go. So he texted back, "Sure, I'll meet you in 30 minutes. He glanced out the window. The sun was setting, turning the sky into a canvas of orange and purple. It was a beautiful sight. One of those moments where the world almost seemed to pause. But then, as if out of nowhere, a strange unease settled over him. He couldn't explain it, just that something felt off. His phone buzzed again. Another message this time, a breaking news alert. His heart skipped as he read the headline, "Explosion at gas station downtown." His mind raced. That gas station wasn't far from where he lived. Downtown was only a few blocks away. He could feel a knot tightening in his stomach. Was it just a small fire? A malfunction? Or something worse? Without thinking, he grabbed his jacket and stepped out into the cool night. The building creaked as he rushed down the stairs, the old wood groaning under his weight. Outside, the city was buzzing, but there was something different about it tonight. People were walking faster than usual, some of them glancing nervously at the sky. A strange, metallic taste hung in the air, like something wasn't quite right. Adam quickened his pace. As he neared the downtown area, the air thickened with smoke. His pulse quickened. The fire wasn't just a fire, it was a disaster. The flames were high, licking at the sky, casting an eerie orange glow over the street. The sound of sirens filled the air, but it was clear that the damage was already done. Adam's heart raced. He had passed by that gas station 100 times. It was an old, rickety place, wedged between the crumbling buildings. The tanks were ancient, the equipment worn down by years of neglect. Every time he filled up there, he'd think to himself, "This place is a disaster waiting to happen." But he'd always shrugged it off, never imagining that it actually would. He could see the chaos now: flames, people running in all directions, the crackle of burning debris filling his ears. His body was frozen for a moment, unable to move, as the reality of what was happening hit him all at once. Then, as though his body finally caught up with his mind, he ran toward the fire, his feet pounding the pavement.
He had no idea what he planned to do, but there was a pull inside him, a need to understand, to see the thing that was happening before him. It was as if the city itself had gone mad, and he needed to witness it, be a part of it, before everything turned into something unrecognizable. He reached the gas station and stopped dead in his tracks. Flames were everywhere, shooting high into the night air. The ground beneath him felt like it was vibrating, as if the earth itself was reacting to the destruction. People were shouting, running away from the wreckage, but others stood frozen, their faces painted with disbelief. Adam couldn't tear his eyes away from the scene. He was too close now, and yet it felt like he was miles away, disconnected from the chaos. His mind kept racing back to the moment before he had stepped out of his apartment, before he had received that message, before any of this had begun. It was as if, in some small way, he had always known that this was coming. That the moment before disaster was the moment when everything would change. And in the quiet, burning aftermath, all Adam could do was stand there, helpless, watching as the world around him burned.